with experience and with quite a lot of time.
Yeah.
And then you need to not only spend time during the hobby, but spend time with the birds as well, as I'm gathering from your points, that
Yes, of course.
that is
Yeah.
when you will gather how what sort of characteristics of one bird and then other bird, and then you want to mix them. So it is quite
Yeah.
difficult. I'm
Because
scared now, Frank.
no, no, but it's really strange. But if I do shows in other countries,
Yeah.
I can see some specifications of breeders in birds in lines.
Uh-huh.
It's really strange. But
You
if I
have to
see a
tell us
bird, then
about that.
some, yeah, like you have top breeders in Spain and top breeders in Germany, but
Mhm.
all that birds have some characteristics. It's really crazy. But on the BVA show also, then I see a bird and I think, yeah, that's yeah, it's a big bird. It's a little bit, maybe it's a little bit sitting down on the stick, not presenting him very well, and then I can say, should that is that a bird from that breeder? And okay, I give it points. And then I see another birds with other characteristics, and I see a line of a breeder, and it happens a lot of after the show that I can tell, hey, you breeder, is that a bird from you? And they say, yes, it is. So it's really crazy, but yeah, I don't know why, but if you look at birds, you can always see. It's even possible that especially in the Latino line. I years ago I had a perfect Latino line, and
Okay.
then I came to the show and I said, that's really a really good Ino bird, and I saw my line in it. And after the show, I get to the breeder. Is it offspring of my birds? Oh yes, Frank, it is offspring of your birds. So it's really crazy. You
Frank,
have, yeah.
what the worrying part is, you are too good at it, I think. You read birds and people quite good, I think, and now I'm scared more.
No, I think the most important also is to specialize
Yeah.
in some birds, because I like the fish. I can judge collies. I can judge special natas. It's no problem.
Yeah.
But really my specialization is the fisher lovebirds. Yes,
Yes.
and
And
but I
all
think
the
it's
mutations of fisher lovebirds or just the pure greens?
no, no. I do all mutations as well as in person. Yes, it's every mutation is always the same in every lovebird, of course.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have a decline of the umlanation, you have a citizen mutation. So, you know, okay, if I have that mutation, that happens in the color. Okay, and then you can make a picture in your head and say, okay, what do we need with that mutation? Okay, no umlanin in the bird, a lot of citizen in the bird, and then you can make a picture of in your head of the mutation. So it's a lot of studying, but yeah, it will work after a while.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So, can you tell us how did, as a novice and people who would be gathering interest, how did they how do they make these mutations? For example, I want to produce a dun fellow, right? Just for my curiosity, I'm just asking for that.
Yes,
How do I produce a dun fellow out of nothing?
it's not possible to produce a done fellow out of nothing. It's
That is what,
really and
a
the
question that I have put forward. This question, I understand what genes and genetics are, but this question I wanted to put forward so that all the other breeders or fanciers who are new at it would try to gather how is the do they go about it.
it's not possible to produce any mutation.
Yeah.
It just happens. Of course, if you use a split upline, you will get upline offspring. That is that's of course. But the people that have now the dun fellow or bronze fellow, they
Yeah.
are just lucky, I guess, because it appeared in their aviary. It's something from nature. There went something wrong in genetics,
Yeah.
and that's why there is a dun fallow bird or a pale fallow. But you can't make out of a lot of mixtures with a lot of combinations or split factors. You can't make birds. It's impossible. You have to get lucky, I guess, or have a lot of money and buy it.
And there is another thing as well. You keep praying to God and ask for a dun fellow to appear in your nest. So maybe that is possible as well. Frank, now I would bring your attention towards the housing, hygiene, and uh, the nutrition that everybody should observe for their birds, because usually that is what people ignore, and they always want to, concentrate on breeding the birds, but they sometimes ignore their nutrition, the cleanliness of their aviaries
Mm,
and their cages. So how important is that? That is why I wanted you to emphasize on these points as well, please.
yeah, I think it can be very basic, I guess. Uh, if you give the birds fresh water every day, clean up the bottles you use for the water, and make sure the birds are in a dry place. I think the humidity is not too high, or there's not a lot of manure on the ground of the aviary. I think that is the most important. And maybe you can diversity in nutrition. You have seeds,
Yes.
you have vegetables.
Yes.
So, but I think in my aviary, I do it very basic. Every day, fresh water.
Okay.
I don't put any vitamins in my water, because then it becomes not pure water anymore. And then I use a good mixture of seeds, a lot of, I think there are 26 different seeds in my mixture.
Okay.
And then egg food. I think egg food is also very important. I give it on a daily basis. My birds I give them a good egg food with carrots,
Okay.
some broccoli or something maybe.
Hmm.
And then for me, the what I think is very important are, and I don't know if you're gonna know what it is, pinkies.
Pinkies.
Pinkies, and I don't. I will show if you, later on. I will send you a picture
Okay.
of the box of. But pinkies are the larves of a housefly.
Okay.
But here in Belgium we have them washed and then put them in a freezer, and they are very clean. But if you, and I think there are a lot of nutrition. I think it is. There is a lot of nutrition in that kind of stuff.
Okay. Uh, I want to see them. I just searched and yes, I have seen them.
You found a picture of it on your cell
But
phone?
you have to send me those as well. You have to send me the picture
Yes.
so that I can attach in this video and they would understand. I have searched it. Yes. I totally understand that. Sometimes people say that, give them the shrimps or something like that. But
Yeah, that's also possible. But most of the time, shrimps are dried.
yeah,
They are freeze dried, and I think then you lose a lot of nutrition in it. And that's why I prefer the pinkies I call, because they are fresh. Just put them in a freezer or keep it cool, and I think that is better. Yes,
okay. People over here give spinach as well.
yeah, it's possible. Everything that they like. Yeah, I, I like me. You had broccoli. I don't know if you
Yeah,
know
yeah, yeah,
broccoli.
I know broccoli, one of my favorite foods.
Yeah, you have carrots. I think they eat a lot of stuff, and if you don't exaggerate in giving that, it's possible to no problem. But I don't use any medicaments or anything in my bird room. For me, just keep it simple, I guess. And if I have a problem, I
Yeah.
go to a vet, and most of the time the problem is not that big. So
Okay.
yeah,
Frank, you have over there the vets who specializes in birds. That is
yes,
one of the main issues for Pakistan is, over here. We don't have such people over here. They would be vets, but they won't specialize in birds because I think, as a doctor by profession, I think there should be a speciality that should be brought over here to develop
yes,
so
of
that they
course.
can serve the purpose for birds because a dog's health issues would be different than a bird's, obviously.
Yes, of course. Here in Europe we have vets that are specialized in birds, but I always think a lovebird, when you see a lovebird sitting on the ground and it's not in perfect condition,
Mhm.
I think it's very difficult to cure. It's
Okay.
it's something different with a big cockatoo or something and a very expensive bird.
Yeah.
That bird you can help when it is feeling a little bit down or something. But a lovebird that is sick and you want to get it in a perfect condition again, that's very difficult, even with a specialized vet, I guess. I think the main reason is to get a good, healthy base in your aviary.
Yeah.
That's the most important.
And as you rightly mentioned about adding vitamins to the water, obviously, I was having a discussion with Tony Silva a few weeks ago, and he also said that if you add vitamins to water, they would have quite a lot of sugar content in it, and it would develop bacteria and all these things.
Yes,
Get sick.
you have to. Yes, you have to be very. How do you call it? Be careful with
Yes.
putting some additives in your water.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
can feel it on the bottle. Look on the inside of the bottle, you get some
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 fungal
greasy.
fungal development as well. Yes, I
Yes,
agree
you
with
get some grease. Yes, yes. Keep the bottles pure and fresh every day. And if you really want to put something like vitamins in your food, put it on the egg food. I
yes,
think
agreed.
that is much better.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So what I do, Frank, is I have two sets of pots for water. One is used in the morning, and then one is used in the evening, and I keep on shuffling them and cleaning them so that they remain clean for the birds' sake.
That's perfect. That's
Yeah, yeah.
perfect because lovebirds they put a lot of stuff in their drinking bottles. So I can understand it's hot in there in Pakistan, and if you smell on the water a few hours later, it smells not very fresh anymore. So
Yes,
and I think it's important to have two pairs of drinking bottles.
yes,
That's
yes.
correct.
Uh, Talking about the different mutations, what sort of mutations you have and how do you go about them? For example, I would just give you an example. I have a pale fellow pair over here. One is mm, par blue pale fellow, and it is coupled with a split pale fellow, right? Now, these days, I have lost six chicks that were pale fellows.
Oh yeah, okay,
In
that's
every 48 hours, they would expire. What
yes.
do I need to do to prevent that? Or is it going to bound to be happening?
I think it will be bound to happen because even in my aviary that and you can see when the impale fallow and Eno birds, especially mutations with red eyes,
Yeah?
and the young bird hatches out of the egg
Yeah?
and it is not dry. The fur is not very dry. It looks a little bit messy on the body. Then
Yes.
you have a problem. Then you always can be sure that the bird won't gonna make it. But if it edges out of the bird, and it's really a good bird. It's yellow or white and blue. Then the I think it will be a good bird, and it will stay alive. But the most important also is you use good breeding birds with that, and then the line is not too close to each other from the two breeding birds. And then, of course, I always use green split birds or blue split birds with the mutation. So I always use a very strong line to breed pale fallow or emo. But it's not easy. It's really not easy. No.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So, what would be your advice to me? Usually, to me and every new fancier, what they are doing these days is they want to produce criminals. You understand what?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Par blue, blue one, blue two,
Yeah. Now
yeah.
they call it blue one, blue two. Right?
Yes. Yes.
So they, if for example I have a blue one, blue two with an albino red eye, so
Yes.
it is bound
Yes.
to happen that we would have fatalities over here. Mortality rate is going to be higher, isn't it?
Yes, because you have two Inu birds
Yes.
next to each other. So two red eyes next. I won't make that combination because most of the time that is little for the young chicks. So
Yeah.
if you really want to do the blue one, blue two, you have to make a combination to get it, but not with two red-eyed birds next to each other.
Yeah. 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 So, Frank, I have seen your son as well. He is into birds as well, and you have made it a point that when you were 11, you had birds, and now he's 11, he's having birds as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So how did you encourage him? Because I have a 9-year-old daughter, and she completely helps me in every step of my bird care. She
Okay.
even remembers where the eggs are, what date did they lay the eggs, and when did they hatch. She keeps a file for herself and teaches me sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Uh, yeah. For me, I keep it free. I don't push him or anything like that. So sometimes he comes with me to the bird room. Sometimes I don't see him a week or 2 weeks, and I don't push it. But I see there is some interest because when he's looking at the aviary to the birds, he says, "Okay, Daddy, I see a good combination. That bird with that bird, then I become that combination. Is it true?" And then I say, "Yes, that's very good of you." So but I don't push it because I know my father in my time had pigeons.
Okay.
So I think that's why I kept birds when I was a very young bird. So, but I don't push it, and I hope that he maybe later he will do something with birds. But if not, no problem for me. So.
Yeah, obviously. As long as they are happy and they want to do something that they are good at, that is what every parent.
Yeah, of course. But I see a lot of young people that having interests that are very, very intelligent, and they know, okay, if I make that combination, then I can. It's
Frank, are you referring to me?
yes, maybe. That's possible. Yes.
I'm just kidding. Frank, another thing, I've seen your cages. You have very nicely put them on the wall, and there is a space between the flooring and the cages. Why is
Yeah.
that?
I never put cages on the floor
Okay.
because of humidity.
Okay.
Maybe you can get some a little mouse or something in the and then that you really have to avoid. Uh, Here in Belgium, always if we do a show, never put birds on the ground because it's too uh, yeah the humidity, yeah, it's not good because and a lot of difference in temperatures also. On the floor it is cold, then you put a bird higher place, it's warm, so that's the reason, nothing more.
Okay. So, what I have just finished another bird room for myself. So what your suggestion would be that first 2 feet I should let it go, and then I should start the cages from 2 feet above.
Yeah, or maybe 1 feet. 1 feet
Okay,
is enough. Yeah, but don't directly on the floor. That
not
is,
directly. My cages are 6 inches above the ground, right?
yes, but
But if you think 1.5 feet or 2 feet would help, I would definitely do that.
no, I don't think it's really a matter of height. But if it's from the floor, for me, it is perfect.
Okay. Okay, because your cages I've seen they are quite they are almost 2.5 feet above the flooring.
Yeah, but that's good for my back, nothing more.
Okay, okay. And I've seen the separate sections that you have made, not in your breeding room, but
Yeah,
in the other section that we will
yeah,
show the audiences once the interviews is done, the session is done. I would
yeah.
patch that over here and then publish it, obviously.
Yeah,
Uh,
okay.
why did you do that? The separate flights and this area is separate. Can you explain that to all of
Oh,
us?
for me, it is easy to do that because I put my pure greens in one aviary,
Okay.
put breeding birds in another aviary. So for when I need a bird, it's for me it's very easy to catch up. Okay, that's a splatino bird. In that aviary, I have a split pale fallow birds. So nothing more like that, and I don't always need to search in 100 birds for one specific bird. So that's the reason. Uh, in the past, I separated the males from the females also,
Okay.
but I don't do that anymore.
Okay.
Now I just put them together when they are resting and not breeding, and I don't see any difficulties when I put them together for breeding. So, but for me, it's just easy to. If I need a birds, I know okay, I need a split birds, and that it's in that aviary, nothing more.
Okay. Frank, one more question. Uh, what do you think should be the age for birds to start breeding?
Yeah, that's. I see a lot of young birds in breeding cages, and it is possible because I heard some rumors that some males from 4 or 5 months can breed,
Yeah.
but for me I always wait at least 1 year.
Okay.
I have time, so I put the birds in an aviary, and after 1 year or 1 year and a half, okay, I have there a bird. Maybe, but it's possible to use younger birds, but it's very,
But we
yeah,
should, what do you think? We should discourage the young birds being bred, right?
yeah. I think that that is the most important to do. Yes, not and
What
maybe
would
one thing about the aviaries I have, the long aviary. I think it's very important for a bird to stimulate its muscles.
okay,
If a bird always is in a little breeding cage, it
okay,
can only hop from that stick to that stick, and it's not good for the development of the bird. So
okay,
I always put my young bird the first year in a flight of 3 meters, and
okay.
then they can become they have a lot of body muscles and they become stronger. So I think that is also a, a reason why I put it in a big aviary.
Okay. So what you mean is that we should always encourage having the flight cages as well.
I think so. Yes, I think a bird always in a breeding cage is it's not very good. I guess I need it needs some rest.
Okay,
My birds get at least 6 months rest in 1 year that
okay,
they don't breed, and then yeah, they can build up some qualities like muscles or something like that.
okay.
Uh,
Frank, you have to show us what sort of seed mix do you use. So you have to share that with us.
okay,
Okay.
but I don't know it on my head. But maybe I can make a list of the seeds that are in
Yes,
my.
yes, that is what I mean. That is what I mean.
Yeah. No
And
problem. I will do that.
when are you sending my birds?
I
I'm
prefer
just kidding.
I prefer that you come over here. I don't know, but it's yeah, it's I that's also something. A lot of people ask me birds,
Okay.
and I really want to help everyone, but as you
It
can
is not
saw in
possible
the
to help everybody. Yes, agreed, agreed, agreed.
yeah, and if you saw my my little video, you're gonna see it.
Yeah.
I this year I only breed with 10 couples.
Yes,
So
yes.
what do I gonna get of maybe 50 young birds this year?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Not more. The most I breed only for myself, and I help. If I have birds, then I help a lot of people. Yeah,
Uh, uh,
that, but
I'll tell you what, me and Alex, we were chatting about having a visit. So we decided that first I would visit him, and then we would come towards you and Master Dirk and Harry Benz and all of these
oh
people.
yeah, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
possible.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
possible.
So
And
hopefully,
maybe you can
yeah, yeah,
maybe it is important that you have someone that can breed next to you.
yeah.
So I like I swap I swap a lot of birds with Alex, for example.
I know.
I get a good male or female from him, and he gets a bird from me, and then you have a new bloodline, and then you can help each other. And
And
then
he's an exquisite person to have as a friend, seriously.
yeah, it's a very nice person, yes, and
Yeah. And he was
it's
saying regards. He told me that you have to mention this in the session that Alex is saying regards to you, Frank.
okay. I will send them a message later, but yes, it's a very good. He has a good view on what a fisher should look like. It's he has fantastic green birds. I'm
Yes.
jealous out of his yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we help each other, and that's
And
nice.
and I love the way he has kept his birds as well. The setup,
Yeah.
so
It's
beautiful. Honestly,
and he let them free in his aviary. He takes
yes,
if you come with Alex and you are in this bird room, he takes a bird, he put it on the in the aviary, and it flies around. It comes to sit on your back. Yeah,
yes,
it's really fantastic. Really,
yes,
that's
yes.
amazing.
Yes, so we are going to have a session with Master Dirk. I think you might know that
Sunday,
day after tomorrow, we have a session with him, and
yes,
hopefully, everybody in Pakistan would learn quite a lot from him. What a person he is. And seriously, I am so glad that I have met you as a person. You are an amazing person. The way you are helping people and the way you are guiding me. For me, it's such a good thing to learn from the experts, not only in Pakistan but over there abroad as well. I'm speechless the way this hobby and the experts are helping me around.
yeah.
So
And then I think the BVA is a good society for to learn and to have people that want to help other breeders. That's our main. That's our that's what we want to do,
yeah,
learn people about the birds, and hopefully in future I will see a lot of people using the correct combinations, or the how you can write it, or the perfect names of the mutations. So yeah,
yes.
it's important, and I really like it to do it. So but there's still a long way to go, of course.
Oh, yes. So a very long way to go. And I think I would request you to have a session for each mutation, if possible, Frank, with me. Maybe a 15 to 20 minutes explanation of a bird whenever you feel convenient. Not
Yeah,
completely, I don't want exact dates for it. Whenever you feel convenient, you think it is possible, 10 to 15 minutes, and then we'll edit that and give it away to the people so that they learn. Basically, I would
yeah,
read a
of course.
book. Not everyone is going to read Lovebird Compendium. Let's
No,
be
no,
very honest. That's very
that's
difficult
true.
to understand. So if there is somebody who would explain all these things, starting from green fishes to all the mutations, the markings, the
Mm.
specialities of those birds. So I think this is going to be such a big help to all other people around.
Yeah, that maybe that is possible, I guess. Yes, and that's what I do when I do judging on a show. After the show, I always tell to the people, okay, what do you want to hear from me?
Yes.
And then we'll take some birds out of the show and we'll discuss it. We never we never say, okay, this is a bird from that guy and that is not good and that is not good. No, you have
Yes.
to learn. Yeah, you have to learn from each other. So if there is a show, I take a good bird, a less bird, and I say, you see the difference between these two birds, and then you can compare, and then I can tell, okay, that is the reason why I prefer this bird over this bird, and then yeah, but I will think we will can make something up. It's no
we should
problem.
we should make a series of these sessions, 10 minutes or 5 minutes, whatever is possible.
Yeah, nothing more. There's no, because a bird is a bird, and but there are some specific things about some mutations, and that's what you need to keep in mind.
Exactly my point. Thank you very much, Frank, for such a long session with me. And I'll
No
keep on
problem.
nagging you seriously for the birds, plus the sessions as well.
You have permission. You have permission for from me. So
Thank you so much. Give my love and regard to your son. I have, I was really inspired the way you were teaching him and the way he handled his camera for you. Yeah,
yeah,
yesterday, right?
yeah.
So thank you very much. Thank you very much. And let's hope I visit you in Belgium in the coming year. I hope that you guys conduct a BVA Masters Championship this September so that I
We
can
hope.
visit you over there.
Yeah, we hope so. But it was an honor for me to do, and I hope everybody's gonna enjoy this interview, and then maybe one day we will see each other, and then we will can discuss the birds and have a good drink, and everything will be okay.
Extremely grateful, Frank. Thank you very much. Thank you.
No problem. See you.
See
Bye.
you. Bye bye.
Okay, they wanted me to explain the difference between showbird and breeding bird. I'm now going to give you two examples. The light is not too good in this breeding room, but I will explain you, and then I can hope that I can help you with it. Let's start with the breeding bird from the pure line. As you can see, a little bit red in the neck, too dark for me, not really, not good for show. An intense mask. What I prefer on this bird is the yellow lining here. That's acceptable. If you go too deep with the orange, it will become more red on the back of the neck. But maybe the most important for this breeding bird, look at the violet rump. Very intense. It's hard to find good Fischeri with such a violet rump. The size is okay, big bird, not for show. Only I use it for breeding. You have to always compare two birds with each other. So this was bird from the pure line. Then I'm gonna let you see a bird from my also pure line that I like for show. You have to always make selections. You see, this bird not so dark, only a slight tiny red, but it will be after molting it will become okay. The mask is not too intense. Very good line, straight down. Good mask, not so yellow as the other line you see, but it will be a good combination. The two birds with each other. The mask will be not too intense with that combination. The yellow will not be too big.
And you see this bird, the rump maybe not too violet, but it will make a perfect combination. Fantastic bird. This also good size, probably female. Yes, it's a bird from 17, so now 4 years old. Thank you. Hope you see the difference between the two birds.